Take the side cover off, take the freaking air vent off. We're gonna take the inner cover off, the primary clutch, the secondary clutch, and put this new one on. It's got a different part number if you go on their website from the original one. So I think this is the one that's supposed to have a little bit better cooling. I'm not changing it because of that. I'm changing it because of the belt destruction that we had in Utah. And I thought I just had damage to the outer cover, but it turns out I had damage to the inner cover. Actually split it at the bottom. Thanks, Jason, American Power Sports, overnighting this thing. Here we go. Just as I figured. So anybody doesn't have an impact like this and you're doing work like this, get one. I'm telling you what, it'll freaking save you hours. Hours. Alright, so get that bad boy out of there. Maybe I should change the angle of the camera here, huh? So you guys can actually see what I'm doing. Probably be good, huh? Probably be good. Alright, so this is what I use. I got this little freaking 17 or 7.2 volt freaking Craftsman screw gun that I've had for like 20 freaking years. And I got this flexible bit driver on there, extension, and I can move this thing in any direction, wherever I need it, around something. I mean, it makes it super simple. So alright, so here we go, removal of the outer cover. So you can see where this thing took a little beating from that belt. Freaking, that's where it decided to exit. So that thing's toast. And anyways, that's that. So here we go. This is where we got the big issue. I'll bring you in a little closer for this. So you can see, maybe. All right. You see the bottom of the inner cover right underneath where that belt is. You see that big old chunk taken out of there? So that's where it split. I think when the belt initially freaking decided to go, it hit that inner cover, split that metal, and I actually tried to pry it up and close the gap and rock it out for our West Virginia trip, and I got it super close. And dude, just like I knew I shouldn't, I went in for one more time. I said, oh, I think I can get it a little bit closer, and well, what I end up doing, I broke the whole entire piece off. So that's the way it goes. So you're gonna come in here with your 10 millimeter. That's gonna take your shock cover off. So what I like to do when I take something off, if I can, I kind of put it back together and keep all the bolts and nuts inside of it, so I know exactly how it was supposed to be when I go to put it back on. So, you know, I'll put that nut back on there. I'll put this freaking bracket right back in there like that, and then I'll just put the nut on there and then set that aside. At least I know what direction or how that thing was supposed to be on there. So, all right. So for anybody that has a Polaris, you all know exactly what this tool is. If you don't, well, this is how you get your belt off. So you got these two holes right here in your secondary clutch. You're just gonna put that in either one, doesn't matter which one, and just start driving that in. That's gonna open up your secondary, and it's gonna give you the ability to pull this freaking belt off. I think it got a little bit of dirt inside there. I think I'm gonna go ahead and blow this out. Alright, so we got the clutch cover, the primary, the secondary all blown out with the air compressor, so I know everything's clean. So it should be a heck of a lot easier to work on. So if you got access to an air compressor, go ahead and do that. It will make it easier. So now we're going to take this handy dandy little Polaris tool and we're going to drive that into one of these holes. So just get that thing started. Oh yeah, that's going in so much easier now. So go ahead and take the time, blow that stuff out. Anyways, drive this thing all the way in. That's gonna start separating your secondary. It's gonna put a lot of slack into your belt and then give you the ability to kind of pull that off. So let's get this in here all the way. And you can feel it starting to get a little tighter, and that just means it's starting to work. So don't stress out. So go ahead and turn that thing in as far as you can till, I usually turn it in till about it hits this nut or this bolt, and then it's good enough. So I got that in there. I got a lot of slack here. What I do is I just put this belt a little bit on the outside of the secondary and then just go ahead and start turning it. And just like that, the belt's gonna come off. So super easy, not a big deal. And once you got your belt off, take a second, you know, look at it, inspect it, you know, see if you got any major wear marks on it or, you know, anything that might be alarming. And if there is, go ahead and switch it out. And, you know, if the belt's not completely trashed, use that thing as a secondary belt, you know, throw that in your pack for when you go out riding, and if you ever need it, you got one. But this belt looks pretty good, so I end up putting this one right back on, and we're gonna move on to the next step, getting these primary and secondaries off. I'm gonna use the impact. This is gonna be a 15 millimeter. It's gonna take your secondary bolt off. So I just kind of put that on there, brace this a little bit, and freaking pop that thing off. We will use a torque wrench when we put this stuff back on, but you know, disassembling this stuff is not that big a deal, so go ahead and pop that off. So that fast, pulls that bolt out, there you go, set that to the side. We're gonna use these external clip ring or snap ring pliers to pull this snap ring off. We're basically just gonna stick this tool in here, separate that a little bit, and it should just come right off for you. So, doesn't take much, don't get all freaking crazy with it. Just enough to get it off, and then that'll come off just like that. So focus, see that? Easy breezy, not a big deal. We just popped that freaking snap ring off, and now we should be able to pull this whole entire secondary off. So I'll grab both sides and I'll put my thumbs on these washers right here so we don't lose those and everything's coming off together, and I know exactly the way it's supposed to go when it goes back on. So grab both of these and just slide it out. Nice and easy. Sometimes it might be a little more snug than others, but it'll come off. And then there you go. There's your secondary. And then don't forget you have these two washers on here. You got your front one that your snap ring sits in. And then you got this spacer here, which is going to be underneath that. So that's how that's going to go back on. So keep that in mind when you get back to that. But there you go. There's the secondary. Alrighty. Alright, so we're back. We got the secondary off, and we're going to take our impact and we're going to put that right on the primary bolt, and we're going to freaking knock this thing off. So we're going to use an 18 millimeter socket and do just that. So, that easy. You're going to slide that massive bolt right out of your primary, set that to the side. Okay, now this is where you want to come in. If you don't have a primary puller bolt tool, you're gonna need to get one. So you're gonna put that right inside there, thread that thing in. I usually do it by hand first just to make sure we're not stripping anything, screwing up any threads or anything like that. And then what we're gonna do is find a socket that will fit on top of your clutch puller tool. And drive this thing home, and this thing should just pop right off. Woo! And there it is. So, that's that. You're gonna go ahead and pull this off, and there you go. There's your primary. As you can see, or not see, let me get this thing. All right, so there's my inner cover. There's where I tried to, well, that's where my belt freaking broke it to begin with. And then I pried on it and tried to freaking close the gap up, and well, like I said, I freaking broke it right off. So anyways, we're gonna get in there. We got what, 6 or 7 bolts to pop off this inner, a couple wires to disconnect, or little harnesses that hold the wires up there. And we should be able to get this inner cover off and get this thing replaced. So all right, let me set you back up and we'll just continue on. There, I got some light on here, so it should be a little bit easier to see. Let me move you guys up here a little closer. All right, So, this is freaking awesome. So freaking awesome. Not. No, it's cool. It's whatever. So, Austin, I hope you don't have any issues like this, dude. You gotta get that Razorback installed so you don't have any freaking grenading belts destroying all of your crap. Not that this isn't fun to do, but I'd rather spend this time out riding. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and pop off all these wires. Get them freed. I just kind of rock them back and forth, and it doesn't screw up the piece on the tip that kind of holds everything in place. Sometimes these things break real easy, and then you got wire freaking bouncing around inside there. If it doesn't want to slide out real easy, just take a screwdriver, push that thing in a little bit, and then it'll pop right in, or right out, as I should say. So we got that free, that's free. We got some stuff up there we might have to freaking undo. Or maybe not, we'll see. I don't know. We're gonna pop some of these bolts off of here and see what's next. So, not really sure what to expect at this point. So, we're just gonna figure this thing out together. Dude, I ate all the chocolate. I'm freaking getting hungry. Super hungry. Huh? Yeah, I know. I think my stomach is eating itself. Holla. Anyways, I went out and I freaking cut 4 little wedges like this. Polaris recommends before you pull these 3 Allen bolts out that you support the bottom of the engine, or if you got an engine hoist, I guess you could support it that way, but I don't know. I'm not sure how critical this is, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. So like I said, I cut 4 of these little wedges out of 2x4. I'm freaking gonna slide them things right under my drive shaft, right about here, and push them in there. There, that's gonna support the bottom of the engine. You can see it barely underneath the drive shaft. So I'm gonna go ahead and put one over here as well. Push it till it's tight. I guess that'll prevent it from freaking moving. I guess it'll make the freaking bolts go in easier when we get done and put it back together. So let's go over on this side. Basically gonna do the same exact thing. I don't know. Let's see. We'll say we'll just put one. How about here? That look good? Looks good to me. Don't even know if you can see that. I wasn't looking. But I'm gonna put another one right here. So that's it. That's all I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna give her hell. So, all right, back to this side. Put this thing back on the tripod, and then we're just gonna go ahead. We're gonna remove these 3 Allen bolts, and probably remove these 3. And we should be able to slide this cover off. So, let's go ahead and do that. We'll be right back. Whoa, what are you doing, hot stuff?
Bringing you lunch.
What?
Bringing you lunch.
Some Mickey G's?
Yeah.
Awesome. I got a big mess. I have a big mess everywhere. All right, dudes. So we just freaking got our grub on. Freaking smashed a super salad from Mickey G's. Which probably still isn't good for me, but whatever. Oh, gotta try to shed some pounds. Got a little heavy over the winter. Usually I'm freaking a little lighter by now, but just been too busy to worry about that crap. So anyways, we got our Torx 45. We can't focus in. Come on. Let's go, Sony. So, anyways, it's a Torx 45. Just take my word for it. And we're gonna zip these 3 off. 1, 2, 3 right here. And it's not gonna work because this thing doesn't have enough power. Because my son is using the super ratchet over there and he won't give it back. So, I'm gonna go wrestle it out of his hands and we'll be right back. What? I need it. Oh, I can have it? I knew you didn't want to freaking tussle over it. But anyway, so like I said, we got our Torx 45. We're gonna freaking crack these things. I'm gonna change position real quick. Get some leverage on this. All right, then we're snug. I got that freaking 1/2-inch impact, Austin. So if there's anything you ever wanted to get me, I could definitely use a 3/8 impact. DeWalt, preferably. Since that's my go-to tool brand. If y'all couldn't already tell that. So, we got that cracked and drive these out of here. So, here we go. One. Put that right there in my tire tread. There's 2. All right, it's 3. Don't lose the washers on there. Got those off. We are set to go on that. So we know we got it freed there. Now we just got to remove these 3 bolts here and should be able to slip this cover off. I know we have a few things attached up here that we'll have to address, but we'll get to that as soon as we get there. Why them are not coming out, I don't know why. That's odd. What the frick? Oh, dude, you cannot. That can't be. I'm gonna need that extender.
Where it at, dude?
Something going on here. I'm not really sure what's happening there. Those things are not coming out. Not good. These 2 bolts going through the transmission go all the way through to the other side. You're gonna have to have somebody, put a ratchet on there, hold them, or whatever you choose to do. But you're gonna have to spin those off because right now they're just free spinning. I thought they would just kind of drive themselves out. So there you go. It's gotta be perfect, bud. You good? You got it? Alright, we'll be back when he figures out what size to use. Okay.
Dude.
What?
19's loose and an 18 won't fit.
So, you said a 19's loose?
Yeah.
And an 18 won't fit?
Won't fit.
Well, that doesn't make any sense. Anyways, make sure you got some deep well sockets for this project. Yeah, my mechanics tool set is at a freaking bare minimum. So, I don't know. As we get into this stuff, I start picking up these things. So, we'll have them for the next time. But you on that thing?
Yeah.
Alright. I'm gonna do
One.
the bottom? Okay, there we go. So, we got this thing pulled out. Perfect. You on the top one?
Yep.
Ready?
Yep.
Okay. There's a bunch of juice coming out of that one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I got some mud or something trapped in there. That's kind of weird. Look at all that shit in there. Anyways, there we go. Got the taff. We got the top. So I'm gonna put that on top of this so I know that's the top. All right, go back there and see if there's 2 of these and that angle over there. These might just be bolts come out on their own. I'm not really sure, so.
I'm not seeing them, so just try it.
All right, so I'm gonna drive them out. So this is where we're gonna switch from the 16 to the 15. So you got 15 millimeter up top, these 2 here. We're gonna pop these bad boys off. Something's spinning, bud. You see them over there? Huh?
No.
We're gonna go check the other side and see if them are, got some nuts we need to capture up. All right. Now, so make sure you got a partner with you. You got to pull these studs out and you got nuts on the other side. So once you figure out where those are, get somebody on those. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so once you got somebody on the other side, these things come off, no problem. So easy, easy. Can't be. You want me to spin it and you can locate it?
Yeah.
See it? You gotta move that hose out of the way. But it's right up to the left of the first 2 bolts we did.
Yeah.
You got it?
I don't know how I'm gonna get to that.
Good help is critical.
There's no way.
There's no way what?
There's no way. Come here. You told me the wrong one. You'll see which one.
Okay.
Oh, there ain't no way we're getting to this sucker, dude.
What? Let me see. Get out of here. Let me see this thing. Come on, man.
Look at this.
What is it?
Right there. Where? Behind here. Where? Right there. Where? Back there. Where? What's it doing over there? Want me to spin it? Watch. Oh, there's you gotta take some apart. Ready? Yeah. Watch this. What's it doing over there? Dude. Hold on, bud.
Gosh dang it.
How are we gonna get to that?
Alright, dude, so. Yo, like I said, this angle sucks. So, anyways, like I said, always make sure you got the right tools for the job. That bolt going through the inner cover into the engine, all the way through, it's got a nut on the other side. It's behind a bunch of jargon, so we ain't got the right tool unless we want to disassemble a bunch of stuff. And quite honestly, I don't feel like disassembling any more than I really have to. So I am gonna go run to the store and I'm gonna go get a ratchet with a swiveling head, and then we're gonna put that on there and we're gonna blast that thing off of there. So, son, let's jump in the truck. I'll show you what some other cool tools are that we need, that we didn't need before, but we do now. So let's go get them. We'll be right back. Maybe. All right, y'all. So we're back, and we had to run to the store, get some tools, and needless to say, I had to go back again because what we got still didn't work. What I come across is this crow's foot. So if you ever have to remove your inner clutch cover and you don't want to pull off a bunch of crap on the other side, go get a 15 millimeter crow's foot. You can put it on a super long, 6-7 inch extension, put that thing on there, get it back in there, get that thing around that freaking nut, and that'll allow you to spin this bolt off. So crow's foot, that's what you need. That's the ticket. Skirt, skirt. All right, back to work now. Let's go. Let's get this thing done once and for all. All right. You on there, bud?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, just hold it kind of steady because it's going to be a little funny. I'll go slow at first. You good?
Get it out.
Huh?
Get it out.
You're bouncing on it. You got it on?
Yeah, it's on there, man.
All right, there we go. So, that easy.
Except it falls right off.
Yeah, I'm sure it did. It's not gonna really capture it that well. So anyways, there we go. We got the last bolt off. This clutch cover should be able to come off. So this thing should be, okay, pretty free to move. So then we're just gonna have to freaking disassemble a couple things on it. Let me see how that all goes.
Here you go.
Huh?
Here you go.
What you got, bud? You get it? Thanks, man. Good work, son. Good work, son. All right, what we got here now? You might want to put something down here around your frame just to keep it protected. Unless you just don't care, and that's cool too. Whatever.
Are you making a video?
What's up, dude? Yeah, what are you doing?
Okay.
Huh? Trying to get this thing wrapped up. What's up, bud?
Oh, you're doing it?
Huh?
You got your clutch puller or whatever?
Huh? Yep, we got all that primary, secondary off, and just gotta take this boot off of here and pretty much
It?
ready to start putting it back together. So,
What was also doing with this?
changing his diff fluid and stuff like that. Bunch of crap.
Oh, I think he's on two wheel with this.
just gonna set that there. I'm gonna get a little, little torque driver. Torque's 27. We're gonna remove this rubber boot. So it looks like you got 2 screws back here. One right there. And I have another one back here. I'm gonna move you guys so you maybe can see a little better. So that first screw we removed from right here, corner of that rubber boot. And then there's another one right back here. Got a couple things we need to unplug, it looks like. No big deal there. Pull the clip on that. Comes off pretty simple. And then we're going to take this one off here. Alright, so that's just going to split apart.
I can't even get it to the 30. It goes barely there.
Alright, man.
I've always tried to find something that,
Hey, no, you're not.
like, hey, you can do it a little faster.
Alright, slide that thing off there. And that should be it. Finally, we've got this thing removed. So, there it is. There's our cover. It's off. We've succeeded in removing this bad boy. We're gonna have to obviously pull this off, attach that onto the new one, and then we basically start the reassembly process. Now, I don't think, well, one thing, I better touch base on this real fast before I get into freaking wrapping this video up. Once you got your clutch cover off, you're gonna need to make sure you replace this O-ring. That's pretty important. Austin, will you grab me that package of O-rings right there on that Razorback box? Alright, so like I said, before you discard, your broken cover or for whatever reason you had to take this thing off, if you had to do some work in your transmission, your engine, or whatever it is, this little rubber O-ring right here, make sure you replace it. Yes, I know you could probably pull this one off, put it on the old one, get you by, whatever. Take the time, freaking call your dealer, get one of these things, part number 5416417, order one, slap the new one on the new cover, and then close it up with that on there. So other than that, guys, this is pretty much it. I mean, putting this thing back is going to be the same way we took it apart. I hope this helps somebody out. Hopefully, for whatever reason you got to do this, it goes smooth. Make sure you got all the right tools, right sockets. Make sure you got that crow's foot, 15 millimeter crow's foot to help you get that one bolt off the back. And other than that, man, thanks for watching. Like I said, I hope this helps somebody out. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, share this. So thanks again. See you guys on the next one.